The dark web. The term dark web seems to imply something a little scary. However, is it all as scary as it seems? Let's take a look at what the internet looks like, including its most hidden niches. The part of the internet we are all familiar with and use on a daily basis is known as the surface web. It includes all the web pages that can be found using Google, Bing, and other search engines. They provide a plethora of information from all walks of life, but still only represent an estimated 4% of the whole internet. The other part of the internet, known as the deep web, can only be reached after providing login information or other kinds of authorization. Almost all of us use it as well. It includes internet banking, email servers, social network profiles, closed discussion forums, company intranets, and more. The deep web represents an estimated 95% of the internet. The last part of the internet is the dark web. It's a place you can't get to with the usual web browsers, only with special software. The best known of these is Tor, or the onion router, which is where the .onion suffix typical of the dark web originates. This software can anonymize its users by covering up their IP addresses via servers located all around the world. It's easy to guess that this anonymous environment attracts scammers, drug dealers, hackers, and other criminals. The daily revenue from dark web purchases is estimated to be at least $500,000. Drugs, attacks against computers, black market with users' private data, pornography, and hacking. None of these are surprising. But what does the third of the chart marked Other stand for? It probably covers the market for crimes even investigative journalists haven't been able to discover. Terrorism? Murder for hire? Human trafficking and dealing in organ transplants? Where else could these activities be negotiated than on the dark web? We're sure many of you will be tempted to go take a look at the dark web just out of curiosity, to check if all the things you've read are true, to see the wonder with your own eyes. Not so fast. The dark web isn't for sightseeing, and there are a few things you should know. There are search engines, but they don't cover as much content as Google. If you search for cheap gun purchase, it isn't gonna work. You have to know the concrete address of the page you're looking for, which usually consists of a series of letters and numbers, sometimes with the .onion suffix. Some addresses are only valid for several hours before they get deleted by their owners again. Your IP address might be anonymized on the dark web, but unless your computer and network are thoroughly secure, you're risking an attack by the very hackers you're so curious to meet. Using the dark web is legal, but ordering illegal goods obviously isn't. Of course, the police are active in this realm as well. American agents managed to reveal the identity of the owner behind a drug market website. He's already in jail. You have to pay for goods and services on the dark web, and you have to enter an address where you want them delivered. At this point, the anonymity of being a casual, curious user disappears. And no, Bitcoins don't help you with that. Just to make things clear, the dark web is no place where you or your children should go. Everyone is curious to see it, but regular users, which means 98% of us, have no business being there. YouTubers who tell the young generation to go check out the dark web should think twice about what they say. Is there anything positive about the dark web after all that's been said? It may not seem so, but there definitely is. Local anonymity and covertness can be used for good. The dark web can be safely used by people in countries where freedom of expression is limited, as it enables them to tell the world about life in their countries without risking persecution. The dark web is used by journalists to communicate with witnesses in major cases who need to stay anonymous to make sure their life and the lives of their family members aren't threatened. It is also used by scientists who spend years working on their research projects and need to store their still secret information somewhere, or discuss it with other scientists from the other side of the world. There's also the question of how many regular users will eventually want to escape their surveillance of Google, Facebook, and the omnipresent cookies which collect an incredible amount of information about us, the users, on a daily basis. The dark web may eventually grow to include the dissatisfied regular internet users longing for privacy. Will ordinary users and criminals end up living together in peace on the dark web? Or will the dark web become commonplace and criminal activities will descend into an even deeper place? Could it become so popular among regular users that it turns into an ordinary tool used outside of the dark web? These questions are yet to be answered.